studio did you start out with?
Well, the first studio I worked at was Paramount for the Hal Wallace organization. I was doing plays on Broadway, and Hal Wallace was a producer, and he talked to Lauren Bacall, who was a very dear friend of mine. We went to American Academy together, and she said, "You must see this guy when you go to New York." And he saw me in a play, and he wanted me to come to Hollywood. I said, "Hollywood? No, I'm a stage actor." So I said no. And then about 6 months later, the play closed, and I was broke, and I just had a son, Michael. I said, "Yeah, I wonder if he has a job for me." And I called him, a long-distance call from New York to Hollywood, and he said, come on out. So I came out, and I did my first movie, The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, with Barbara Stanwyck, Van Heflin. Both are no longer here with us. And then I went back to New York to do the play, but that was my start in Hollywood.
And that's a very, so you have, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you see, in the early days, there were about, 5 or 7 studios, and everybody was under the contract to them. I was one of the first, perhaps, and broke my contract, because when I came out, I had a contract for 5 pictures with Hal Wallace. When the picture Strange Love of Martha Ivers was a success, Hal Wallace said, "I want to sign you an exclusive contract for 7 years." I said, "Well, what do you have in mind for my next picture?" It doesn't matter. I want to sign you or I will drop you. So I said, "Well, drop me." So he dropped me, and I was a man without a contract, but I started to make pictures. But it was lonely for a time, because everybody else was with the studio, and I was like a kid looking through the gates. All the pretty girls were doing dancing lessons and all that. But then I finally established my own company, Brenner, and I started to make movies, Spartacus, Vikings, Paths of Glory, Lona Brave, 7 Days in May. I was making pictures that I wanted to make. So I liked it. Once after that, Charlie Feldman, they all were cahoots. Feldman was a friend of Zanny, Harry Warner. He said, "Okay, I can make a contract with you for," I think it was 8 pictures, and he was pay or play. In other words, usually the studio had the option to say, "Yeah, we will take it or not take it." This way, there was a picture that had the Tennessee Williams picture where I played the Glass Menagerie. So I played that. Then they put me in some stupid picture. I said, "Listen," I said, I don't like this contract. I want to get out." He says, "You can't get out." I said, "I will get out." He said, "No." He said, "How will you get out?" I said, "I will make the next picture for nothing." They're greedy, so I did the picture for nothing, and then after that, I was free. I did the detective story for William Wyler, Ace and Hope for Billy Wilder. So really, I was lucky. But after that, I never was under contract to anybody.
You know, you're the first person that way.
Oh,
I mean, I know
I
certainly
think
Lana
so.
Turner did.
I think so. Very often the studio would loan you money. But I was born poor, so being poor did not frighten me. And I don't think I ever lived beyond my means. No, my tastes don't run to a big house on the top of a hill with gates around it. But I think that was very, very often true, that a lot of them were in debt to the studio because they were very generous to loan you money, but you got to pay it back. And most of the time you had to pay it back by doing a movie.
It's interesting because how would I do that without
Yes,
them?
they had classes for dancing, for acting, everything. They even, lots of studios even control their social life. They say, well, A and B will be a good combination. I picked out my own A's and B's.
Well, and also there's